diggity damn. Welcome back after a quick hiatus. This is Draped in Gold, a very special episode Draped on Gold. It is episode 150. In fact, I have a bit of a lapel pin to that effect. Hello, everybody, say Flobo boys. I'm going to be in the catbird seat, but as always, I'm not alone. I'm being joined by the Crunk citizen himself, Crunk Chocolate. What's going on?
Yo, I am so happy to be here. Hello, Draped in Goldum. You are beautiful people. I obviously can't see you, can't hear you, but I just know because I'm a fan of Draped in Gold and I feel I'm a beautiful human being. So I'm just the type of person that if I'm a beautiful human being and I listen to this podcast, I just assume everybody, all of you, just gorgeous dimes.
You feel you are good, sir.
Appreciate it.
My broadcast colleague Jack Farmer is on assignment. We'll be back here next week. Gonna give a shout out to everyone watching and listening live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on X, and LinkedIn, Trovo, and the audio version. Thank you so much. Questions, comments below. We'll definitely get into it. But before we get into what happened in NXT this week, there, Crunk. Did you see Battleground?
I saw a little bit of it. I was actually a little busy. I went to the Chicago Red Stars versus Bay FC game at Wrigley Field. So I was a part of NWSL history, 35,000 people watching women's football. And so I was a little busy about that. I came home, I checked the results and everything, watched the highlights, but I know I wasn't able to sit and enjoy it.
The Red Stars, are they any good this season? I haven't been following. No. Okay, I'm about to say, I don't really hear about them a lot.
But they just got new ownership, and so just the vibes are better, and they're getting there, hopefully.
So I live here in Los Angeles, and you would think that Angel City FC would be my team, but I got into NWSL when I was on a business trip in Kansas City, and so I actually followed the Current. It's kind of random.
The Kansas City Currents.
Yeah, kind of random.
They're an amazing team. Yeah.
Not a front runner. I just realized that was the first team that had a women's soccer-specific stadium. I thought it was a cool cause.
Yes.
I don't want people to think because I'm also a Man City supporter like you are. I don't want people to think I'm just picking teams that are dope. I'm just saying.
But yes, Battleground. Lots of shocks. I'm sure I have some takes that might go against yours. Prepare yourselves. I just hate how big of cowards everybody was against Lash Legend. Like, they knew that none of them could individually handle her, and they had to gang up and throw her feet down onto a ladder. That egregious behavior from those women, you know. So I'm just upset. I'm upset. Maybe they all need to take pageantry lessons. They need to learn themselves how to handle themselves more like classy individuals. I don't know.
I will say, I realize that if you're a Last Legend supporter, you definitely got the short end of the stick, but we definitely had a new Women's North American champion. We'll get into that as well. Hey, look, everyone's been talking about it. Here's my take on it. I don't think the Apex is to be blamed for the muted crowd response. If you want my opinion, I think because of the prices of the tickets were kind of aggressive. They're about $150 to $500 tickets. Those who went looked like they were press or podcast hosts. And I love podcast hosts. I am one, but we're not the best fans. So please, if you do it again, the Apex, lower the prices, bring in some families, bring in some people, have a good time. It might be a better response, you know?
That's a UFC thing, though. They charge hand over foot for prices, for ticket prices, and those fans pay. And I think that's what they're trying to figure out. Will people pay this for NXT? And their PLEs are always amazing, and they're doing them a disservice by pricing out their fans.
Yeah. And Las Vegas has a lot of venues. T-Mobile, Thomas and Mack. I mean, you can probably put a lot of people there. But that's just only my one hot take about that. But let's roll in to NXT this week. And how it ended has a lot of questions, a lot of question marks over my dome there, Crunk. Roxanne Perez is being like, yo, I'm the baddest chick in the game. Ava tried to corral everyone. Looked like the entire women's locker room emptied out. And what happened was a dust-up, because your girl Last Legend just got manhandled again. But leaving Lola Vice and Roxanne Perez in the ring to close the show. I don't know what to make of this. What do you say, you?
I want to give credit to Lola Vice.
Credit?
She has taken perfect advantage of the situation that she's getting in. She wants what she wants, and she goes and gets it. Like, there are a few people in NXT nowadays. Like, honestly, I feel like Roxanne could learn a lot from Lola Vice, and I honestly think she might when it comes down to it. If Lola gets her, like, I feel like Roxanne is still trying to learn how to be that bad gal, and Lola Vice, she's her. Yeah, she'll knock you out, hit you with a backhand, a nice kick across the temple, and then dance on your lifeless body. Like, what kind of body is that? I love it.
All right, so I gotta challenge you a bit on this one because we had Jordan Grace coming from Impact Wrestling for the NXT Battleground match, and she came up short, unfortunately. And well, with the Women's North American Title Championship having 20 women vying for that title, which won by Kalani Jordan, there's not really much in that NXT Women's division. Can Lola Vice be trusted, or else she is the presumptive number one contender after being Shayna Baszler in an NXT Underground match?
Yeah, it's tough. And I loved seeing Lash Legend stepping up because I feel like everyone ganging up on her showed that she is above that Women's North American title. She is true champ material. And it's just a shame, again, people just so jealous coming in there and taking her out when she rightfully is like, okay, now that Roxanne, you've handled someone from a whole different company. We got all these other people from SmackDown, from Raw, all vying for this NXT title. Like, I'm the person, I've been waiting over here patiently. Me and my boo Trick, we can be the most adorable, most powerful champion couple. I would dare say even more than can we talk about Becky? Like,
you can talk about everybody you want.
Becky and her husband, I feel like, at least potential wise, I mean, at least hot wise, I think like the energy, people are real. Obviously, they're attractive, but I mean, like, the heat from the crowd, like they're loved, and I would love to see them two holding the titles together. Oh my gosh, woo!
Okay. So we got the idea of my man shipping talent together. Love is in the air in NXT. All right, so we'll get to this in a minute, but we have an idea what's going to happen with the NXT men's division, of how they're going to figure out who's Trick's number one contender is going to be. Do you think it should be Lola? Do you think it should be Lash directly? Do you think it should be on the qualifying match tournament? How do we find out who's going to take on Roxanne Perez at the next event?
I think we should let the champion make this choice. She's basically said that. She's just like, Ava, you keep trying to take my title from me, and I knock down everyone you put in front of me. So I'm tired of this nonsense. Let me either breathe for a moment, like, or if you want me to continue to fight, let me fight someone I want to, someone I believe is deserving, especially since they wouldn't give her chance. She basically had to come in and steal her own opportunity because just for a whole year they ignored her and put her in the back burner when she's the prodigy. So
no. You don't get to do that. You don't get to be like, I'm the champ, let me breathe. If you want to be on top of the mountain, you gotta stay on the top of the mountain. You can't be like, oh, working so hard. I did a day off. That's terrible.
It takes a while for you to climb up to the top of the mountain. I don't really see anybody else who's like as hot as her. Like, yes, Lola did great. Last Legend, sure, did great. Maybe have them fight each other. Let Roxanne enjoy, the fruit of her own labor. She's been working so hard for so long, carrying the brand, especially since everybody has left. It's basically the Roxanne show.
Carrying the brand?
What?
Are you kidding me?
He's the champ. Her and Trick.
Oh my gosh! I just Trick is we'll get to this in a second. Trick is a fighting champion. He's like, what you mean, Cody? I have to go to 25 other guys in the battle royal. I get that, but Roxanne's like, I'm the best. I had a match. I'm not telling you want to fight that, and that is behavior you support, good sir.
I don't think we're watching the same.
Apparently not.
Like, I don't really like this character, this villain you're trying to portray. Our prodigy, our champion.
She is a villain, and she's a bad seed and a bad role model for the
winners.
Think of the children.
Oh, you don't like winners? Flobo. I don't like.
Jack Farmer's the
great
building?
energy. This isn't good energy for the 150th episode. Like you think you'd be supporting champion? This is draped in gold, right? Like gold is. belts, right? Like this is a thing, right?
Fair. But Roxanne Perez is definitely a ne'er-do-well, as Jack Farmer would say. Nearly a bad idea. But we got to move on because Crunk is just working my last nerve. Let's talk about Cody Rhodes, man, making the trip down to Tuesday. I thought he'd be doing more, but what he did was enough. Trick Williams, Cody Rhodes in the ring. The news has been delivered. It's going to be a battle royal to determine Trick Williams' number one contender. I got two questions about this. One, thoughts about Cody Rhodes being an NXT. And two, a battle royal to be a number one contender. Seems like, much like the women's division, the NXT men division doesn't have a long list of suitors.
So first, Cody, him coming down to NXT, beautiful. Him giving everybody the bump, the support. Trick, like, how can you not love that moment? Which I'm sure that's what you expect me to say. But no, Cody, he gets all the love from everyone, always top selling merch. And now he's trying to come into NXT and be like, hey, Trick, I see what you're doing. Let me stomp on it a little bit. Let everyone look at me. Like, there was a moment he was standing face to face with Trick, but for some reason he was holding his title for the camera to see. Like, I get it, company man, but this should be all about. There was even a moment where he then switched it to his shoulder, and the cameraman was like direct on Cody. Is he there talking to Trick? Is this not NXT? Like, you maniacal, selfish, egotistical man. No. Like, he has to get his whoa. Like, can't he just come out quickly and handle things? Like, the walkway is not as long in WWE. Like, what is he doing? Like, let Trick be the moment. Like, even Trick, he had to. Oh no, actually, I'm gonna let you get out because I have another part that I'm.
So here's the deal, man. Look, you're talking about winners and supporting winners. You're the champion of the. That's a WWE title. This isn't the 20. This isn't the Speed Championship. That's a title held by Hulk Hogan. If you think he still exists with the whole racism thing, the Buddy Rogers, The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H, even Kane. And you want him to walk there and have his head down, be like walkie. He's on Tuesday nights. He's an attraction. He came on at 9 p.m. Eastern for a reason. Best believe if that was me. If I was a champion, someone says, hey, look, we need you back at college to talk to the kids, I would take my sweet time. I earned it. I graduated.
Did you, though? You left.
They left me. Let me go, yeah.
You, like, left, dropped out, created your own college, and then left.
Leave Cody alone.
I'm just saying. And, like, he teased the whole, hey, we can end up wrestling each other for a title. Hey, Amanda. And you know how that's going to end up. We saw what happened with a more talented in-ring personality just recently in the last PLE going, and then now teasing it with Trick.
Are you saying Logan Paul is more talented than Cody Rhodes?
Can Cody Rhodes do all the flippy things and all the cool stuff that Logan Paul can do?
Whoa, you cannot put someone's wrestling type into wrestling skill.
Huh?
If you're playing GMO in 2K, Logan Paul's a high flyer, and then I think Cody's a specialist. So you can't even compare the two because one guy does higher jumps. He's better. Is that what it is?
He's more bro, you have to hit 3 of your special moves in order to not knock out a normal person. Like three finishers in a row it's not a great look. Like, I'm just saying.
All right, guys, we're out of time. This has been Draped in Gold. Logan Paul is better than Cody Rhodes. Oh my God.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying he's better, but I'm just saying.
All right. So the Trick Williams thing then. Let's talk about that.
Yes, let's talk about Trick.
All right, so yeah, he's going to have a number one contender with a 25-man battle royal. They were saying that maybe other locker rooms would be involved. But what say you?
Actually, I love it. Honestly, I love it. Cody coming through. I'm trying to be a little Jack Farmer. I went a little too close to the edge. Apparently, people aren't a big fan of Logan Paul. My bad. I forget how much people love Cody. I forget how much people love them some Cody. But
you respect a champion. He sits upon the throne. Doesn't matter who sits on the throne. He gets the champion.
Yeah, of course. Yes. Respect. But Trick, bring everybody. He needs it because he's very similar to like Jey Uso, where the crowd loves them. He get a lot of that love from the crowd. Trick in the ring is more smooth than Jey, but there's still a lot of character work. Like, are they real or not? Are they serious or not? That they have to prove with themselves.
Sure.
And Trick being able to knock out any person who comes from any SmackDown. I mean, actually, TNA, is there someone from TNA? I'm not the most aware of the roster, so I don't even have someone to be like, hey, they're coming. But yeah, I'm here for it. I think Trick is a star. He can take on anybody. He should be able to take on anybody. And this is a great chance to prove he is the man.
Maybe. I think Trick Williams has a lot of upside potential. I'm just concerned about number one contendership building, especially with the new title that was announced this week. That's just me personally. Let's talk about that. New North American champion in the women's division, Kalani Jordan, comes out. Wasn't my pick to win, but the pick I had to win, Jada Parker, came out and had something to say. She goes, I'm a smack around Michin. Then Michin got upset, and our first matchup of the day was Jada Parker versus Michin. And guess what? Some involvement from the OC, and Michin gets the dub. How dare they disrespect Miss Parker?
I mean, Jada's kind of getting a taste of her own medicine, is she not? With OTM, and they're, they don't. They when they would win matches, it's not entirely clean. They would kind of play with rules. So here's a little taste of her own medicine.
You're totally wrong. OTM's a bunch of cowards. They always stay back. They never got involved in matches. They were the weakest gangsters I've ever seen.
Not with hers. But I mean, like, Jada would kind of come out and talk stuff, and they little late hits from the guys and stuff like that. I think it's tough. It's I'm not sure how I feel about Michin accepting help from the OC lackeys. I'm not a big fan of them. I love the support that they're giving Michin because she deserves it. She deserves it. I want to say that. But Jada, I'm a huge fan of her.
What it sounds like? It sounds like you're hanging out with my other friend. You're like, oh, yo, he's your man's, but he ain't my man. What do you mean? I love the support, but I don't love them. What does that even mean?
What?
What do you mean? I love the support that the OC is giving me, Chen, but
but like they themselves, are they success? Like they've even come down to NXT, and you thought that they were gonna show the tag team division who they are, and really they haven't shown much. They got their chance. They kind of were like swept out of the way, and now they're just basically NPCs in my opinion. What?
The NPC? Oh, that's the worst insult someone can tell you. Like, oh, you're an NPC. That's like, damn, bro. Like,
I mean, they're not doing great though. I mean, they come out, they do their task, and then they're done. They have their like couple lines, and then they're done. That sounds like an NPC, not?
I mean, you're right. I can't. I mean, I would select them in the game, so you're absolutely
they're not doing like main character quests. Like I like Michin deserves all of the love and support, and it's very tough for her to get the opportunities with, a really stacked women's roster. It's tough in everywhere in each brand. And so if you got to get some help, I understand. I just wish it was, I don't know, cooler dudes with, again, better finishers. I'm just very picky about finishers.
This just said Crunk Chocolate is anti-magic killer. But let's talk about the strong women's division, because I think Vic Joseph put it over when they were saying it. Brinley Reese has been on a massive losing streak, and she thought she had a chance to turn the tide, but her opponent was the brand new spooky Chu, Wendy Chu, just not even smiling, not even being tired, just being a weird satanic doll thing, man. Or as Booker T says, oh yeah, man. So, question. Thoughts about the match? 1, 2. Thoughts about the new Wendy Chu?
So actually, this was my first experience with Wendy Chu, and I was properly weirded out, honestly. So but in the best way possible. Like not, I enjoy the character. Super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun.
Super fun.
Like it's like scary, but it's weird, But I like it. I think I'm a big fan. The match was all right. I honestly, that was when I chose, because I'm not the most aware of like Brinley Reese. I love her positivity. It's a lot at moments, and so unfortunately, this was kind of when I had to take Hazelnut out. So I know I was like watching on my phone, but I got to pick a poo, take it out to the garbage. All that.
I hope Hazelnut's a dog, not a person.
Yes, of course. Yeah, okay. She's a 10-year-old chocolate lab. Yes.
Okay, take her out to poop. I'm like, who? What? Well, okay. So, about Wendy Chu has been on a weird trajectory. I'm not sure if in character it's the same thing, but there was Tian Shaw, and there was a Mei Ying of Tian Shaw, which like this possessed Eastern Asian demon. Wendy Chu was kind of like a happy-go-lucky person who slept a lot. This seems to be a mix of those. Here's a question I have for you, though. In professional wrestling, we've seen our fair share of what I call spooky gimmicks between the late Bray Wyatt and Uncle Howdy and Alexa Bliss and the House of Black on AEW. Are you on board? Can we still have another spooky character, or is that part of wrestling done post-pandemic?
If the spooky, I'm here for spooky as long as it actually like scares the other people. And apparently her method, her makeup and everything, it weirds out her locker room. So if it works, I'm here for it. You know, Bray Wyatt, it landed, it hit. People were terrified. As long as that fear comes, then yeah, keep it going. But if you're trying to be spooky, ooh, and everyone is just like, you're cringe, bro, I don't know what to tell you, then but you gotta hang it up. You gotta figure something else out. I don't know. Not everybody, a lot of people think they have darkness in their heart, and really they just like to wear black.
Fair. Hey, look, I'm all for Wendy Loomis. It's cool. I like it. The fact that she puts people to sleep, I'm on board.
Hopefully more. Yes. Yeah. And a change up. There's only, as crazy as it sounds, there's only so many just like big, strong people and big, meaty people slapping meat. You gotta get that little change up. Obviously, we'll have to see how far she can go with that. But, you know, I'm here for change up, and NXT is the perfect place to learn who she is.
Shout out to Big E. I think that'd be his biggest contribution to wrestling lore is the big meaty men slapping.
1,000%.
And Goldberg. Look, I don't know Big E. I'm not sure where he is on his recovery. Will he ever fully recover? Will he ever wrestle again? But all I ask as a wrestling fan, E, if you can hear me, it's just one more time. I want to hear, oh, WrestleMania! Like, don't be, you know what I mean? Just don't you dare be sour. So one more time, just for old time's sake, will mean the world to me as a fan. Let's get into the most ouch-inducing match of NXT this week. A Singapore Cane match between Dante Chen and Alexis Sin. First of all, I didn't think they even would say Singapore Cane on air 20 years ago.
I know. I was like, can you say that?
Can you say that? I mean, he's from Singapore, but hey, you taught a whole generation of kids it was a kendo stick, and then you said, nah, we're just playing.
Well, and that's what I was saying. I was like, is that what that is? And I kind of looked at it. I was like, it does kind of look a little bit different than the normal kendo sticks they use. Sure. It looked like it was multiple flat ends tied together instead of like a circular like wooden sword. So they did look different. And I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe some of them were different. But yeah,
I never did a side-by-side comparison, but I remember ECW had Singapore Canes, and when Sandman would have it, and then when it was on One Night Stand, it was like, that kendo stick. But anyway, this one here was brutal. It was quick. Dante Chen is quickly becoming a mainstay on the main NXT brand after taking about a year and a half on Level Up, give or take, with injuries and bereavement. Thoughts about Dante Chen? He took the loss here, but he looked pretty strong in this outing.
His anger, like, shout out to Alexis King. First, let me get this out of here. That beautiful haired, fantastic facial hair, like, just how is that tan so just like perfect? Like, look at him.
Paint.
He just,
it's not real.
Just has everybody so jealous, including you, Flobo. Like,
I have a tan. It's built in. I know what a real tan is.
I don't understand why you're hating.
That's a fake tan.
You should just respect the tan regardless. But no, you want to drizzle some hate like a salt finishing on a delicious meal. Yes, I've noticed. Real salty. And so shout out to him quick. But yeah, Dante Chen, I love him. His energy, he's hot. Like, the crowd loves him. He's taking and he won the first two, so that's why it's like the third. This is technically an ending. It's a trilogy of sorts, but you can easily come back to this once both individuals continue a little bit, grow a little bit more. Like, King, my boy, you've been very distracted. I think it's time to maybe start focusing on some gold. I thought that was your focus when you first got here. Then you just started trying to show everybody what's what. And I think you have established you're the man. and how the locker room, they should recognize you as a locker room leader, but haters be hating. But Chin, now it's his turn to rack up some W's. Oh, I know, right? Oh, yeah. I love it.
I'm on board. I hated it for a long time, but I get it now. The giant bear thing he does.
Yeah, because yes, and again, it's a change up. We're allowing people's personalities to come out now. You don't have to be. And also, I can't wait to that stance becomes available in the next wrestling game, because I'm totally gonna have my fighter stand like that, and then just have nothing to do with striking or anything like that. But I just love his energy, what he brings. Obviously, he reps hard for Singapore, and that representation, that's fantastic. We see it all over, honestly, in wrestling, and this is now another person to continue doing what he does, and we'll see.
Yeah,
I know I sounded so hot, but I tailed off very hard. Sorry, friend.
No, I got you. Thanks for rocking with us in those technical difficulties. So we had Cody Rhodes talk about backstage about the next champion in that battle royal. Alexis King was there alongside Shawn Spears and Ethan Page, and there was talk about the shot at AEW. Was it a shot to you? Yes or yes? Or why not?
Yes, it was definitely, and I like being able to use NXT to get those things off, and they're relatively fresh from their time there. So if anyone can say those things, it is them. And if we're gonna be honest, I'm sure CM Punk was over there helping bump up their their speech, because CM Punk, I feel like, even though he left for greener pastures, I was expecting him to give more hate towards AEW, but he's been a very classy individual, honestly. So shout out to CM Punk for not being as hateful towards AEW out loud in front of the camera. But that's what you got these people here for, is to do their slander, give their hate to AEW. He's the one helping them with their lines, being like, no, say this instead of this. So no, I'm always here for the hate. I'm always here for the beef. Crunk Petulance is here for it.
Crunk Petulance. Let's talk about then the other person in that exchange. Shawn Spears had a match today, and it looked like he was a star as well. I mean, he came out with a fantastic intro, coming in with the chair. I mean, thoughts about Shawn Spears in NXT?
He's a huge presence, and I worry about him because there really aren't many big guys like that, like Dijak. I feel like that's what it struggles with him. He's just such a big dude. Where do you fit them in? Because not everybody in NXT has the same height and size as him. So he's a very dominant personality. I love that he tries to bring the truth out of people a lot, because hey, in wrestling, sometimes you aren't who you say you are, and I feel like Shawn Spears is doing his job, chair shotting people in the back. Be true to yourself. That's a positive message. Yes. It's a positive message. Be true to yourself. Be honest. I mean, yes, his methods, that's not positive, but in the end, what he wants is a positive message. Be true to yourself.
Okay. Was Javon Evans true to himself today or this week?
Yeah, he's super bouncy.
Wow. That was it.
I love his energy. I love how bouncy he is, but I don't even though I stuck up for Logan Paul and did all that stuff with him.
Right. Yeah, you did.
But Logan has character work, character riz oozing out of him, whether you like him or not. And half the reason why you don't like him is because of the fact that dude is charismatic.
Oh, I like him. You just said he's better than Cody Rhodes. I'm like, that's not true.
It's not. Okay. You're happy now?
Yeah, I am.
I put myself in a bad corner, and I was trying to fight my way out, and I couldn't do it. But yeah, Javon, I need to see more from him, because they're giving him a huge push with putting him with Trick, Sexy Red, all these other people. He's he's getting, I feel, more love than people who maybe should be getting the attention, but obviously with how bouncy he is and everything, I don't know. He's still kind of learning his bounciness. There have been a couple times he jumps at people, and I'm like, oh, he put too much on that. He's gonna have to learn how bouncy he needs to be.
I think the Gen Z and Gen Alpha like Javon. He's effortlessly cool. He's like, look, man, I'm good at what I do. Very, very much like how when we were younger, how they had RVD being like, yeah, man, whatever. I'm just, I should say the WWE version of RVD because ECW RVD was different. It's kind of like, yeah, man, whatever. The kids love that stuff. You know what I mean?
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Speaking of the kids, Tavion Heights was in the ring here for the returning Eddie Thorpe. He says he's refocused, he's rejuvenated, and he gets the dub. In this one, Eddie Thorpe is back, y'all. What say you?
I'm excited to see what he can do. He seemed passionate, a little lacking focus, but the passion was there. He was very physical. It was a good match. I think he needs someone to help like tighten things up though. You could tell a little ring rust. I don't know what it was, but you can see he's headed in the right direction, obviously, with the win.
I do think Eddie Thorpe should be in the mix for the NXT title, but that comes up just a little bit later down the line, as you're right, as he gets himself back into ring shape. But what's interesting about this match for me was Tavion Heights, even though he didn't win, No Quarter Catch Crew wants to recruit him. No Quarter Catch Crew looking for a fourth member, and is it Tavion?
Obviously, capiche. I don't like the complete jacking of the family that he's doing. Also, you from your experience with that, like, is that whole capiche? Is that like Italian faking it? Like, is that okay? Do you would your Italian friends see what he's doing and you're like, hey, that's our stuff, back off? Like, I don't know. Is he overreaching by what he's doing? The capiche. He's doing the hand gestures.
It's a weird vibe because if Tony D was saying capiche, I would say, oh man, I can't think of any of my Italian friends that actually said that word. But you're Charlie Dempsey, so you're kind of making fun of Tony, so I guess that's fine.
Is he making fun of it? Because he seems to very much be, because even his own quarter catch mates, I don't know what you call them, they aren't even sure if they're like, are you serious? Is this real?
You've never had a boss that had jokes that only entertained themselves? Ever?
But you don't know if it's a joke or not. That's what I'm saying.
No, they think it's hilarious, and you're like, yeah, bro, just. This
is a joke, but you're doing it seriously. So it's just like, is this a joke or is this who you're trying to? And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I just want to know which of you am I supposed to support, and that's how I feel about it.
Well, I mean, would you? Okay, so if you were Charlie Dempsey for a second, would you recruit Tavion Heights? Yes or no?
Oh, yes. Obviously, like you said, his team around him, they're struggling. They're not winning. I mean, obviously, Tavion's not. He didn't win either, but you could see he great on the ground. He's doing all the wrestle stuff. He looks like a technical guy. He fits in their MO, and his guys around him. Maybe that'll inspire them. They're going to get jealous of the new kid. Hopefully that'll inspire them, or it might start a civil war. This could be the beginning of the end of the No Quarter Catch Crew.
Oh man, don't, please, no, stop. Oh, oof. No Quarter Catch Crew. Oh no, stop. Oh no. Okay, so let's talk about our last in-ring match of the week here. Gallus has just been running roughshod since their return. The Gallus boys were on top because Wes Lee decided to hang up with the New Catch Republic to have a 6-man tag. Gallus gets the dub, pinning Wes Lee. Question I have is this. Wes Lee has always been someone that's been pretty serviceable in NXT, but he never seems to be on the right side of the win-loss column. Even when he was North American champion, he gets the loss this week. Is Wes Lee done?
He's modern day Ricochet, bro.
Oh no!
Like, I'm sorry to say,
modern. Oh no!
I like not anymore. Like, because NXT, like, he's a whole Wes Lee and Ricochet. I don't even know age wise, but I do definitely think of them as like a different generation of wrestling and very similar vibes. Cool, flippy dudes. I think Wes Lee seems cooler than Ricochet, but I do think they both struggle on the mic at times. And they'll do a good job where they take out a big guy and you're like, oh, cool, they're about to go on a nice run. And then all of a sudden, bang, loss, bang, loss, bang, loss, bang, loss. And it hurts me to see Wes Lee, especially because he left and then he came back and you think he's going to win. You think good things are going to come from it. And here we are again, Wes Lee struggling. What? I don't know what to expect from him. Honestly, that's really what it is. Oh, he had to drop off, and he will be back very soon. The pesky internet munchkins. But hey, in the comments, what do you guys think of Wesley and his return? Has it been great? Like, am I wrong in my thoughts of not really expecting much from him? Because I'm used to being wrong. I obviously have very strong opinions, if you can't tell. But I don't know, Wesley. I want better for him. I want so much better than him. Because like Gallus, like they came back after him, and it feels like Gallus is getting a much better. They're finding a way to get that attention, but it does help when you take out. I'm not gonna lie, Amanda. When I saw you say bye, I was like, is she just saying bye as in like I need to be quiet, or is she saying bye like my presence has annoyed her so much she's leaving? I got very worried. I'm just a guest. I'm not trying to ruin what Jack and Flobo have built at Draped in Gold in one guest spot. So I appreciate it. You understanding. Hopefully, you've come around. But yes, this internet. I was trying to figure out while I'm here. I too, he'll have me talk about this later, but I do multiple podcasts. I do football podcast, Shades of Blue. We talk about men's and women. Loving Cody, that holds up. That yeah, I should have went at Cody, but also I just know how much people love him. So I very much am a button pusher if I have to be. And I do that in Shades of Blue and also in my own wrestling podcast that we have just started 6 episodes in your favorite wrestling podcast. And so, yeah, Wesley, sad man. Hold on. Trying to connect. He's going to be back in a second. Keep talking about Cody and Lash. Oh, okay. Good. Now I get the space to talk about Lash Legend because she's obviously the best in her little quadruple, her little group. I don't know how long she can just like sit and wait. And then even in the women's division, they're all hating towards her. Just want her to get her chance. And she's trying to say her piece, but she really is. She's just classy, a legend. But Cody, respect. He deserves everything that he's getting. It's a really tough thing. He's for real, like breaking down the wall. He is really helping lift everybody. And you kind of have to do that, especially we learned this while Cody was dealing his stuff with Roman, that maybe there aren't as many like giant stars as we thought, especially with the sport of wrestling according to The Rock is cool now, not because of him, but you know, people are more positive about it. I feel like it's not something that you have to hide and whisper and talk about, that you can actually talk about it in front of people and a random person will come in and join in the conversation. And Cody is helping with that. People love him and he is boosting any and everyone around him. So shout out to him for doing that. And you can't do a bunch of wrestling when you're on a different talk show every day, or you're on the NXT and SmackDown and Raw, and I don't know. It's very tough. So shout out to him. But what is he going to do next in a wrestling match? Because that Logan Paul stuff, as joking as I was, it was not real. It was not serious. Look at you,
man. Look, I'm kind of like on location because my thing just died. Listen, let's wrap this up real quick, man. I mean, this has been episode 150. You are a professional for doing this for me, but I can't be working like this, man. I'm Hollywood, you know.
No, I get you. I get you. Now I appreciate you coming on. Your internet hates me for doing this, so hopefully Jack Farmer is too busy again soon to come on, and I can hop on and be a guest again soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Crunk Chocolate, you're a pro.